Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we're going to be talking about The Boys Season 5 Episode 7, which is the second last episode of this season and of the series. We could be looking at the pros and the cons of this last episode that we're seeing, and I'll be explaining in this video that of what the boys could have done better to improve upon this episode. Anyways, as such, let's get into it. So, starting off with the pros of the episode, we have at first the reintroduction of old characters that we were introduced in this season, such as the Catwoman knockoff and just some of the other soups that were introduced at the beginning of this season. The other thing that is a pro with the characters is going to be some of the characters that came from Gen V, such as Marie Moreau and the other person. The other pros that I liked in this episode was that Homelander was pretty good, as his dialogue was pretty good, his action was pretty good-ish. Even Soldier Boy was really good with his dialogue. And however, the last thing that I want to talk about for the pros of this episode is going to be how at the end of the episode with Frenchie dying, but his sacrifice and stuff like that. And I kind of think that could have been handled a little bit better, but in my opinion, that's pretty damn good. That's where the pros end. Now the cons of this episode that we're going to be starting off first is going to be Starlight and MM talking to Gen V characters, and just overall, like, most of the characters in the show have kind of given up already. Like, Huey doesn't want to fight anymore, neither does MM or Starlight or any of the other people there. Then you have the storyline with Sister Sage not doing anything but just relaxing and just watching the TV and lobotomizing herself. And then you have the idea that Frenchie's trying to make Kimiko give Kimiko the powers of Soldier Boy through the radiation exposure, which is kind of a dumb thing to do because there's many reasons that could go wrong, because like her exposure might not even work. She might not have the same biology as Soldier Boy, as Soldier Boy had like V1 in his system, not compound V. Which makes someone even more powerful if they have V1 in their system and more strong. And you can see this with Soldier Boy, is that he's more dense and just overall stronger than any of the other superheroes. The other thing I didn't like in this, as a con in this episode, is that it didn't have any major point in it. Like, there was no major conflict. The battle didn't start yet. I was kind of expecting more of a fight with Homelander and stuff like that, but the boys didn't really do that much, and there was just a bit of a side soup with a telepathy soup who could read minds and was able to read Butcher, and then he died at the end of the episode, which was just weird. So also, the point is that I kind of expected Sister Sage to do more in this episode, or just for the boys to have their plan already made out, and then they're going to go in the next episode have their final battle with Homelander, but we didn't get to see that at all. And we also didn't get to see if what Frenchie did to Kimiko was able to stick, or if he actually did it or anything. When he tells Homelander that in the radiation room. I mean, that's pretty much all that I have for the kind of con so far. The other thing that I may mention is that we didn't get that much screen time with the Gen V characters, and there was only 2 of them, and it just really didn't work for me at all. But anyways, now I'm going to talk about what they could have done better in this episode and what they could have improved upon, such as we could have had more Gen V characters, like I said. They also could have, instead of using the radiation scene, or the radiation kind of for their plan to recreate Soldier Boy's powers, they could have instead just got Sister Sage to alter the virus, which they have, so that it can only affect V1 supers, which Homelander is now one of them. So that would work out even better than what we got with the radiation and stuff, because that's just like so stupid. But anyways, the other thing that I would wanted to see that they could have done better is that in one of the early posters of The Boys Season 5, they showed Homelander levitating or floating in space watching nukes go off on Earth, and it just kind of showed that they could have started that at the end of the episode. That would have made the series way better for the next episode, but they didn't do that. So it's just, this episode was supposed to give us a lot of plot points solved and stuff like that, but instead it just kind of felt more like another filler episode in a way. But anyways, and like I said before, the other thing that I kind of wanted them to do better is make the scene with Homelander and Frenchie more intense and more sacrificial, but where Frenchie could have did some damage, but he didn't do anything at all. Or maybe we could have seen at the end of this a full team up of all the superheroes, like the characters from Gen V team up with all of the superheroes from the boys, and they finally set out their plan to attack Vought at Vought Tower, or attack Homelander. They finally would have their last battle set up. We didn't get that at all, which I feel like they should have changed or should have made that happen. But anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.